in a game against a good Seattle Storm team where Caitlyn didn't have her rhythm on the scoring end, her teammates came to bat for her. Something that we're not used to seeing. I'm not used to seeing at least. But listen, this game was Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Damiris Dantas, and although Caitlyn had an off game, she still played a big part in this win. Let's just jump straight into the film, all right? So while the Storm were clawing back from down 12, Aaliyah Boston and Caitlyn, they had their connection, and it stopped the bleeding. This is a prime example of we don't have to do too much if we just keep things simple. Look at the screen real quick, y'all. Look at this right here. Caitlyn kick ahead to Aaliyah Boston, laser pass to Aaliyah Boston. Bow. That's all you got to do. We don't have to do too much. We don't have to force feed anybody. We don't have to play hero ball. Just literally keep the ball in Caitlyn's hand and let us run the offense. I'm telling y'all right now, every time we do this, we get good results. You know what I'm saying? And we had a little joke going on in the watch party with Rosalina when we was watching this forehead. We're 1-0 in the Venom forehead era, so let's make some noise for me. You know, I think I broke the fever curse for us. A small sacrifice to pay. But anyways, let's move on to the next clip, all right? So listen, Aaliyah Boston was just everywhere on the glass. She was showing blue-collar girl mentality along with Lexi Hall as well, which we'll get into. But let's look at this Aaliyah Boston clip. You see Aaliyah sealed off right there. Waiting for the pass. Kelsey does not see her, but Aaliyah cleans it up again. That's Aaliyah Boston for you. When she had the seal, this is where Caitlyn makes the first pass. How many times have I said this already? Aaliyah Boston has the seal. Kelsey Mitchell never sees somebody when they have the seal. But this is the second time. I think this is the second time in a row, actually, when Dantas turned it over because Kelsey did not find Aaliyah Boston on the seal. Reward Aaliyah Boston for sealing off her defender. This is something she struggled with last year that she's doing effortlessly this year. We can't ignore her because then she's going to fall back into the same nobody's going to find me mindset. Caitlyn is going to find you, Aaliyah. We just need to get Kelsey on the same page as that. But anyways, Aaliyah cleans it up, you know, good. Now let's talk about this, all right? Aaliyah Boston was just hitting all kinds of tough shots. All kinds of tough shots. Look at this. Post spin, tough shot. Like this degree of difficulty that I just shout out to Aaliyah Boston because of all the talk around her when they was trying to make her seem like she don't got it, unrivaled, she's washed and all that. Aaliyah, I believed in you, okay? We knew, the real knew. We knew. And listen, Kelsey recognizing Aaliyah's in her groove. Set a low screen for off. Now you see right there, Aaliyah blind drive straight to the paint. Look at it one more time. So this is like not a real screen, but you see Kelsey pointing. Look at this. Look, Kelsey's pointing to Aaliyah Boston and she signals, come here. So she's kind of brushing her defender right there, little walk screen, just buying enough time for Aaliyah to catch it because she know all I got to do is get the ball to Aaliyah. And this is not the first time she's going to set this fake screen. The next time she's going to set a real one. But look at this right here. Aaliyah just line drive straight down. Bow. A couple seconds left to go. Like Kelsey's reading the room, Aaliyah's reading the room. Caitlyn doesn't really have it on the score end, and Caitlyn is a selfless player anyway. She's gonna get the ball out her hands, so we don't even worry about Caitlyn Clark when it comes to passing the ball. Anyways, you see, Kelsey Mitchell recognizing Aaliyah Boston has the high hand. She's in her groove. So what does Kelsey proceed to do? Set a back screen for Aaliyah Boston because the center is way too high right now. She sets a back screen. This center gets stuck. That's how you read the room, Kelsey. That's how you read the defense. She's playing too high. I'm a back screen Aaliyah Boston. I know you're fast. You're going to line drive straight down there. Aaliyah goes for a layup. Bow. Beautiful basketball. This is what I mean. We don't have to do too much. We don't have to overcomplicate things. Just keep everything simple and keep everything sturdy. We'll be just fine. And then you got the blue-collar girl, the main blue-collar girl, the initial blue-collar girl, the first blue-collar girl, Lexi Hall, just bobbing and weaving through her defenders. Like, just look at Lexi Hall right here. Crashing the boards as well. Look at her. Caitlyn shoots a D3 and Lexi's just crashing the boards with her blue-collar mentality. And Skylar, I don't know if you read the scouting report about Lexi on rebounding, but Lexi Hall is no dummy. But she gonna crash every time. Every time. Look at this. Lexi Hall crashing for two. Just look at Skylar Diggins just looking demoralized. Like she could tell she was either gassed or something, but she did not expect Lexi Hall to crash like that. Look at her. She didn't even box out. She didn't even put a body on Lexi. She didn't even look back to see where Lexi is. And that's your biggest mistakes when you're going against a hungry defender or a hungry person in general, just like Lexi Hall. Lexi beats her to it, and you see Skylar Diggins just bent over like, oh my gosh. Oh. Nobody was down there. I thought I could catch like 2 seconds of breathing for a second. Lexi Hall does not go away. Lexi Hall crashing once again. Bobbing and weaving through her defenders for the second chance points. Lexi Hall turns 50-50 balls into a real 90-10-ish ball in her favor, of course. She's just a natural born blue-collar girl. Look at her right here. Sophie for three. What is Lexi Hall doing? Bobbing and weaving, crashing the glass, spinning. That's Lexi Hall. Oh my gosh. In the live watch party, we call Lexi Hall Getsy Lexi, because she's going to get everything. Getsy Lexi. She's going to get everything. She's going to get the 50-50 board. She's going to get the threes. She's going to get the steals. She's going to get the blocks. What don't you like? I seen a comment in the live stream as well. How do you look at Lexi Hall? Imagine looking at Lexi Hall doing what she's doing and say, I want to start over that. I should be starting over that. The Wanabana, yeah, you don't have a place in Indiana, unfortunately. This right here, Hart, you don't have that right now. I don't know if it's an age thing. I don't know what it is. No offense to you, but we're good. We're just fine over here. Like this kind of, look at this. Bobbing and weaving, literally. This defender knew Lexi was coming. She was anticipating Lexi. You see Skylar Diggins on the other end. She didn't know Lexi was coming. Lexi had the element of surprise. But Lexi is so good and so hungry that you can expect her, and she still gets around. Look, she was going right there. She just zagged left. She's going to zig, and she's going to zag. She's going to zig, she's going to zag. Like, and then she crashes it with a horrible angle. She still gets the ball, spins off her, and goes up for the layup, which could have been a foul. This is Lexi Hall for you, yeah? I'm just rewinding this to show you who Lexi Hall really is, not on the outside, but on the inside, you know? And these are the plays that show you why no matter what game Caitlin Clark is having on the scoring end, she will always be useful and impact the game in a positive manner. Look at this double drag action right here. One double drag action, they blitz Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston in the short row, hockey assist to Lexi in the corner for 3 of them things. Come on, man. What more do we need? Like, what more do we need to talk about when you got this from your when you got this kind of actions going on from your star players? You know, I could start saying Lexi Hall's a star player because she's top 10 in MVP. I mean, all-star voting. But look at this double drag action. Let me explain the double drag action real quick in a small way without going too much in detail. You see this first screen by Kelsey and another one set by Aaliyah Boston right here, right? 2 pin down basically, right? Or 2 backs, it don't matter. But pocket pass to Aaliyah Boston. Now the advantage in numbers has been created. Natasha Howard, get your black self on that left wing, girl. Please. Get on that left wing, my baby. Like, you got Lexi Hall wide open in the left corner already. Natasha Howard, please get yourself behind that. Like, I know you're not a great shooter, but at least keep the floor spaced. Let Aaliyah Boston dissect the defense. You know what I'm saying? But Aaliyah Boston knows she can't hit Natasha now because Natasha is driving in to clog the lanes just as well. So she passes it to Lexi for 3. Come on, Lexi. Talk to me. Lexi gonna do it for us every time, y'all. She's gonna do it for us every time. Oh my gosh. And look at this one more time. Lexi Hall. Corner 3. Listen, man. Lexi Hall, 2 words. You got Damaris Dantas, Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark. Speaking of them girls, why not just go out and hand some awards while we're at it? All right, I introduce you to the FIBA checklist. Now listen, okay, we went 3 for 5, which is very middle of the package. You know, 60% is failing but passing at the same time, depending on what state you went to school in. But let's go over it, all right? Number 1, 70 field goal attempts. The Indiana FIBA attempted 71 field goal attempts. Thank God we broke that threshold, right? 20 team assists, unfortunately, we didn't. We had 18 team assists, which is close to 20. So when we get close to this checklist number, even if we don't get it checked off, you can kind of, you know, throw that in a gray area, kind of give it a little nudge up, like, all right, we could give that a little green check or just leave it neutral because it's not too far off the checklist, right? But listen, 20 team assists for the Indiana Fever. We did turn the ball over 15 times, but luckily we're positive because the Seattle Storm turned it over 2 times more than us, 17 turnovers on their end. That brings us to, speaking of turnovers, 13 team turnovers, okay? We failed that as well. The Indiana Fever had 15 turnovers as a team. That's not acceptable. 15 turnovers. You know, this game wouldn't have been this close if we kept limited that turnovers, considering the Seattle Storm scored 19 points off of our turnovers, and we scored 18 off of theirs. But why are they scoring? Why are we giving the other team 19 points off of our turnover? You know, those is live ball turnovers. We're going to turn it over. Let it be dead ball turnovers. You know, out of bounds, 3 seconds, like those kind of turnovers. Not live ball turnovers where you just forcing a pass or trying to make the jump the gun. You know, not those immature passes. But anyways, that brings us to number 4. 15 fast break points. Finally, for the first time in I don't know how many games, the Indiana Fever checked off the fast break points, and they dominated them, really. 17 fast break points to the Seattle Storm's 8 fast break points. Glad we beat them in that category because we need to get out in transition and run and run and run. Y'all know that's what the Fever are notorious for. And that brings us to our last one. The big three combining for 60 points. If my math is correct, they combined for 63. Let's make some noise for the girls. They definitely did their thing. You got, let's hand out the MVP awards. Who do y'all know? Who do y'all know is the MVP? You got it right. It's Miss Aaliyah Boston. Bow, Boston. 31 points. Aaliyah Boston, what done got into you? They out here saying MVP Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I hope they're joking because most of these are, you know, either set up by Caitlyn or we know the C22 is the MVP candidate, so we're just joking over here. But anyways, 8 rebounds for Aaliyah Boston, really having a dominant performance, putting some good games together, especially in games where Caitlin Clark doesn't really have it together. I don't know, maybe something weighing heavy on her. Who knows what it is, but just the fact that her teammates could come and step up for her. Aaliyah Boston could drop 30 on any given night. This is what we're going to need in the playoffs, you know, on any given night. 8 rebounds for Aaliyah Boston, and out of those 8 rebounds, 4 of those were offensive rebounds. So shout out to Aaliyah Boston displaying some of that blue-collar girl mentality. 2 assists for Aaliyah Boston as well. 2 steals. You know you really want to live with Aaliyah Boston with that 3 to 5 assist range, but I'll live with 2 assists when she's giving up 30, when she's putting up 31 points. And then Aaliyah Boston sprinkling in 2 steals there as well. Aaliyah Boston just all over the court. And if you thought she was the only MVP tonight, you were sadly mistaken. Guess what? Kelsey Mitchell. Shout out to Kelsey Mitchell. 26 of them things. 26 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 3-pointers made. Kelsey Mitchell, like, she's definitely finding her groove back, giving us vibes from last year. If you didn't know, Kelsey Mitchell started the season off a little slow last year. Then she picked it up, especially post-Olympic break when her and Aaliyah started connecting. Kelsey's shot just started falling on another level, and her and Caitlyn peaked at the right moment. Kelsey Mitchell with 4 assists, facilitating more than Aaliyah Boston, surprisingly, not so surprisingly. 5 3-pointers made as well, and she only attempted 7, so she shot 71% from 3. She shot better from the 3-point line than she did in general from the game. She has a 57% field goal, but she's shooting 71% from the the 3-point line, and she shot 100% from the free throw line, knocking down 5 free throws. Kelsey was just everywhere. 4 rebounds as well, and 2 of those rebounds were offensive rebounds. Shout out to Kelsey Mitchell. We could definitely get used to this from you, Kelsey. And that brings us to Lexi Hall. Oh my gosh. Lexi Hall. Whatever we gonna name her. They called it a Lexecutioner. y'all play with the nickname however y'all want. We still need a Lexi Hall sound, so fire away. 15 points for Lexi Hall. Very efficient as well. 60% from the field, 50% from the 3-point line. Lexi Hall grabbed 11 rebounds. You heard me right. Lexi Hall grabbed 11 rebounds, and 3 of those were offensive rebounds. We dominated them on the offensive glass, which we'll get to after this. Lexi Hall had 2 3-pointers out of 4, and she had 2 steals. If you want me to move out the way, you know what I'm saying? Let me move out the way. 2 steals. Damn, my forehead taking up the whole screen. 2 steals for Lexi Hall. But on a serious note, though, we dominated them on the offensive glass. 15 offensive rebounds to the Seattle Storm 7. You're going to win most games when you have double the offensive rebounds than your opponents. Then you look at the points in the paint. Indiana Fever dominated the points in the paint 52-38. So we hit the same amount of threes as the Seattle Storm. We scored 14 more points in the paint. But of course, like every other game, the other team is going to shoot more free throws than us. They shot 25 free throws, and we shot 16 free throws. So clearly, we just never going to get the same whistle. The whistle is never going to be fair, at least not for now. There were 18,000 fans in the building as well. Obviously, the CC effect. Let's make sure we're not missing anything else. The biggest lead we had was 19. The second chance points, we dominated there as well. 20 second chance points to 11, which could have been even more despite considering we had 15 offensive rebounds, but some of them was foolish, like Dante's grabbing one and it falling out of hands trying to make a pass, which leads to a turnover. Like, it's just a couple silly ones. But listen, man, Indiana Fever are 7-7 right now, if I'm not mistaken. We just need to get above 500. I don't think we've been 2 games above 500 this whole season yet. But let's hope that changes. Listen, if you enjoyed this, smash the like button, smash the sub button. Let's hope the Indian and Fever make some right moves, bring in some size, and if it wouldn't hurt to sign Ari McDonald as well. What I'm prioritizing first is the size. I love y'all so much, man. Let's see if we can two of y'all just hit subscribe right now so we can get to 24,100. And I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow in the film breakdown. I love y'all so much. It's your boy Venom. Let's go, baby. Get better, C22.